The term military analyst is not a legally protected term. It's not like doctor. It's more like economist. You know, any asshole can start calling themselves one and fart out a vaguely plausible opinion on the current situation.
I'll tell you why I'm a better than average economist. I'm not the best. That's Thomas Sowell right now. And second best is Patrick Boyle. I'm up. I'm not the best though, but I'm better than average. The reason I'm better than average has nothing to do with my research or the empiricism or thorough data or analysis. It's that I had balls. I had balls to say, fuck what's politically correct, look at the data, or notice patterns and trends happening and say, is that what's happening? Connect dots. I say, holy shit, this is happening. And then the establishment, obedient little bitches known as corporate economists or government economists, where you go against the narrative, well, housing prices always go up. Oh my God, you're just a horrible, despicable human being. Hey, people shouldn't major in dumb shit. Why do you hate women? I'm not going through this again. But a couple things hit the radar. I'm like, oh shit. Not that I didn't have the conclusion beforehand, but I'm like, I'm pretty certain corporate America is no longer going to be tenable. Shock, I know. Most of you are already dropping out. You're not, I mean, people are fleeing corporate America. Heck, I was just listening to a video at the gym today. I forgot who it was. He's a more reasoned, sensible empiricist reporting. He's saying that there's been an increase in the number of small businesses started. And it's not because there's been this boom in entrepreneurship. It's just easier to start your own business than work for one of you corporate cocksuckers. I mean, it's just ridiculously hard to bother going to school and all. And oh my God, sir, may I have it? Oh, $20 an hour? Yes, more, please. Oh, I got to work 6 months probation before you pay my health care. Okay. But I saw a couple things. I'm like, it was triggered by Ray. Ray was talking about this article. I found it. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm going to incline to say that it's true because I look at things like what happened with Justice Kavanaugh, the Me Too movement, all the fake accusations of razoning that happened in the colleges and universities. The title, this is from Cheeseburger, and I looked to see if cheeseburger.com or Failblog is fake news or not. It looks what they do is they take saucy bits from social media, which is debatably real or not, and they throw it up. So I'm going to give this a plausible. 26-year-old master's graduate in her first job reports her 27-year-old co-worker to HR for not doing her job for her. I felt that she was creating an overly hostile work environment that was affecting my productivity. You could go through it, but that's about it. It covers that. And that phrase there, overly hostile work environment. Oh, you've seen executives quit over that, right? All your DEI hires. Didn't the Facebook vice president of DEI? Oh, it's racism. I'm filing a lawsuit for racism. Surprise! The vampires you let into your house are starting to do vampire things. I totally believe it. But it was catty little girls doing catty little things. And I was like, wait, I remember there was a comment on a video I did yesterday. So here's a video. And this is scary. And I'm going to believe this. And this is where you got to have the balls, right? I know most of you economists and social scientists, we don't know that. We don't know that. That's just anecdotal evidence. We don't know. And why do I keep batting like 950 and you all keep batting like 50? Why is my batting average just so much higher than yours, guys? Paul Krugman, we could put off all the money in the world. It won't be inflation. Oh my God, the inflations. And that guy's got a fucking Clark Medal and Nobel Prize. If there's any proof, you people should not be listening to the experts. But Paul's retired. What do you think about the economy now, Paul? Tell me so I know you and Kramer, tell me what you guys think so I know to do the exact opposite. So this is a video I did in response to a video about teachers quitting, millennial teachers quitting because the kids are just feral. And the reason they're feral is because they don't have dads. That's not an opinion. That's just what it is. You don't spank your kids. You don't discipline your kids. You don't have dads. Surprise, the kids are feral. Oh my God, the kids are acting up and assaulting the teachers. Who would have thought? And my point was, well, then you teachers shouldn't have voted Democrat to replace men with government checks. You should be the biggest Republicans ever, but you're not because your teachers union and teachers aren't all that bright. So here's a comment. I have a master's in education. I was a teacher for 20 years. I quit teaching years ago. There's an epidemic that nobody's talking about, the epidemic of false accusations. Even if you're gay, if you are male, you'll be falsely accused for harassment or groping by female students. 25 years ago, it would happen, but rarely. About 5 years ago, I did not know any male teacher, gay or straight, who hadn't been falsely accused by a female student. There it is. You man, if they're born between a hole, but if they're born with a hole between their legs, you dads are not there disciplining them, just as you should boys. They just get to do whatever they want because daddy's little princess. Go queen, go princess. You should be throwing them in juvie, falsely accusing people of that. 5 years ago, I did not know any male teacher, gay or straight, who hadn't been falsely accused by a female student. That's scary. That's scary that it's just so blatant. I didn't get what I want, so I'm going to falsely accuse. Female students will falsely accuse their male teachers of harassment or groping for the pettiest of things. Male teachers do get falsely accused for things such as yelling at a student, telling the student to put away her phone, or if they get a bad grade. And then I went and Cappy took this and said, what if we fast forwarded it a bit? Because women are perfect. Remember, I'm going all the way that article was correct. Because you guys remember, you could look it up yourselves. There's that poster, I think it was in a Seattle school. It said, girls are perfect or women are perfect. And it's this mixed race girl just looking all sanctimonious. Like, you girls just can't do any wrong. That was in a public fucking school. And then you got Amber Heard. And then you had the gal, what was her name, that falsely accused Brett Kavanaugh? Yeah, she's a lying bitch. Fuck you. What was her name? You guys are probably saying it in the chat room. And then I remember it wasn't, I was never accused of impropriety with the female students, but I remember I was teaching, I can say it now because it's bankrupt, the Minneapolis Business College. I remember the dean. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I remember you. We should have coffee sometime. Just how low grade the students are. These are the ones that when I was teaching statistics, I had them take the Queendom test, the Queendom IQ test, because they thought they're all intelligent and everything. And I had them all shut the fuck up. Yeah, how's it going there, kids? How you guys doing? You're all in your 40s now. I bet you guys are really kicking ass. I bet you're all doing really great. They were some of the worst adult children I've ever had the displeasure of ever having to do. Oh, some students were good. This is a school that would take your money and had no standards. It was a private Pell Grant, sponge grant school. And these kids and they weren't serious about their education. Most of them weren't. And I just remember them just getting all pissed off. These are the ones where I think, what was it? 92% of you just copy and pasted and plagiarized the CIA World Fact Book for your final economics paper. Was that, remember that when you guys did that? And then the dean had me apologize to the students for flunking them all. That's the type, those are the type of people we're talking about. That was quarter century ago. That's how bad adult students were. I totally believe, because women can do no wrong in this country. Hell, you teachers convince them that they're not women, that they're whatever you want. Oh yeah, I can totally see it. I totally believe this person, that every male teacher has been falsely accused by female students. I could totally see this. What's going to happen when we fast forward 15 to 20 years and these girls are now in corporate America? These girls are now entering the labor market. And this whole idea where you train women that they're victims. And it's perfectly, and that you're going to give credence to their false accusations. They're going to cry wolf and everyone come run and give them attention about serious fucking shit about an adult male teacher having inappropriate actions or relations with one of his younger female students. You obviously you're not disciplining these girls. Obviously you're not investigating. They keep doing it. There's no punishment, right? Is it still the case in most of the states where a girl can falsely accuse a man of the R word? He's arrested and in jail. When we find out it's BS, tee I was just kidding. I was just getting in the face, and she gets off scot-free. Is that or do we start throwing these people in jail? The fact has gotten to the point that this guy didn't know, or maybe it was a gal teacher. I don't know. This teacher didn't know a single male teacher that wasn't falsely accused. It's gotten that commonplace. And you're going to dump these girls when they become young ladies into the labor market. And it's going to be a 26-year-old. I didn't feel safe. It was a toxic work environment. Already, corporate America, your situation is not tenable. It's not sustainable in the long term. It just isn't. And now, because where are you girls all told to go? You're told to go follow your heart, money will follow. So that's generally the nonprofit bullshit sector. Most guys aren't going to go into that. Or you go into girl boss corporate America, which I think is more attractive. I wrote an article over 10 years ago called Let Women Have Corporate America, because I already knew corporate America was dysfunctional, not 100%, but definitely not 100%, not close to being even 50% meritocratic. It just wasn't worth your time. It was not fair. And the cost of getting into it was not acceptable. Dude, you throw in the professional victim, girl boss horseshit, where if things don't go their precious pretty little way. Are all you girls brought up in Edina? Are all of you from Winnetka? You don't get your way. You falsely accuse people of this? Where's the fucking parent? We don't need no man. You throw that added weight onto this boat, and it's going to sink. Already me and Chad, that's why we have the course called The World's Greatest Accounting Career. A significant percent of that course is dedicated towards getting you to be remotely employed and self-employed as quickly as possible. If you want to look up that course, you may take it. It's on Teachable. It's not The World's Greatest Accounting Career. It's The World's Greatest Accounting Career. Already, corporate America was not worth investing in. Already, it wasn't worth 4-year bachelor's required, master's preferred. It wasn't worth sitting. Go get my first book, Behind the Housing Crash, and all the fucking bullshit meetings I had to go through. Scott Adams, everyone knows corporate world's bullshit. And it's getting to the point people are leaving. You Zoomers are lying flat, quiet quitting. You men are getting wise, getting hip to the jive. You're not going to college as much. Right? And corporations, we can't find employees. We can't find employees. It was not a good deal. It was not an acceptable deal to begin with. You throw in this because it's not going to be just this generation. It's a crescendo. If this is true, and it's universal, and that's where my ballsy economic prediction comes in, and why I keep connecting with the pitches and hitting them over the fence, unlike you rookie or you regular economists. It's a crescendo. An increasing amount of girls turn women who are trained to be victims and to blame anything that doesn't go their way on the nearest person close to them. You cannot have a functional organization with too many of those people. You just can't. And since it happens to be women, and Democrats and leftists love to focus on differences between different groups of people, and because according to Marxist doctrine, you must have a victim and you must have an oppressor, an oppressed and oppressor dynamic. Look it up. It's in their script book. It's in the playbook. For men, although this is the article I read from Raymond's Thoughts and Minds, subscribe to his channel. It was a girl attacking a girl. There's no honor among thieves. If ever there was an example that middle school never ends, this is it. This is it. Well, Cappy, they're little girls and, they're going through a time and they might mature and grow up. Yeah, I don't give a fuck anymore. I wish I remembered her name, the one who falsely accused Brett Kavanaugh of something from 36 years ago. The gal, Johnny Depp's ex, Amber Heard, a vile human being. Looking at when I taught college, at how low quality caliber the students were back then. Oh, and then all this DEI and yeah. Oh, and then women are perfect. I got enough data points, so I'm like, yep. An unbearable load. There's like a viral load on the human body. There's an unbearable load of professional victims. Not even exclusive to women, but they're the victim group in the Marxist Democrat victim narrative, oppressor narrative. You're not going to be able to function. No entity or organization is going to be able to function once you get too many of these professional victims in there. And before I called it 10 years ago, look, you ladies want this shit show? You want adult middle school? You want middle school for 40-year-olds? You can have corporate America. You sit in the meetings. You pay the taxes. You commute. You HR professionals, go ahead. You deal with these complaints. Oh, by the way, remember to ask what people's favorite color is and why to make sure you get nothing but the best. You deal with this. You want to empower girls and get the girl bosses in, and it's women's appreciation. I had another buddy, the empirical data. Well, that's anecdotal. Sorry, not empirical. The anecdotal data adds up. And I love how social scientists are, well, that's anecdotal. Yeah, but if it keeps adding up, I'm going to start to look and investigate. I had another friend, female friend, and she worked in a profession, let's just say, and she was invited to the female conference for females in this profession. And it's a profession that it's a necessary, kind of a cool profession. It's a necessary profession. And I'm like, well, you would talk about the profession, latest equipment that makes the profession better. I thought maybe some tactics or techniques different people, in this particular case women, because it's not exclusive to women, different tactics and techniques people would use in this profession. And she's like, Aaron, all it is just women bitching about men. It's all about oppression, da 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 da. Like, is it even about the profession? No, it's not about the profession. It's all empowering girl boss horse shit. And this is a while ago. I'm like, that's got to be a one-off. Why would you waste money and resources? And now it's just like, no, it's adding up now. It's adding up that you're all trained, or at least pressured and propagandized to be victims. You're all pressured and propagandized to view yourself as the oppressed and men as the oppressor, because that's the Marxist narrative. You're all conditioned to go be girl bosses and go out and get jobs. And I would say, if you're going to look at that and you've got this victimhood mindset and you're in a toxic environment, I'm filing a complaint. Another anecdotal bit of evidence. I know a guy, I've said it before, he offered at whatever, basketball tickets, baseball tickets to somebody not in his department because him and his department couldn't go. They were busy with a thing. And he got called into HR. He wasn't asking her out. He's like, do you want these tickets? It got called into HR. That's not a feasible, acceptable, tolerable, tenable, or sustainable environment. And for you young people out there, male or female, right? You'd like your employer to be in business, right? Not dealing with the fucking circus show. And keep in mind, in the article, the girl filed a complaint against another girl. So for the women on our team fucking sanity, apparently, team fucking not a quanta ha-ha, team adult, you guys are going to put a tremendous amount of time and effort into your education, even if it's just K through 12. Then you got to go get some trade or skill. Then you're going to go to college or whatever. I'm calling it now. Not that I didn't call it before. You do not want to work in corporate America. As Chad and I have said many times before, yes, maybe do a stint Maybe you go work with the adult street shitters and the pants wetters in San Francisco where the Democrats shit their pants. They don't even shit their pants, they shit the ground. All right. Maybe you go to Silicon Valley and work at Google or Facebook, and even they're moving out to Texas. Wonder why. Took you long enough. Maybe you go work in the Big Four. Although that's rapidly becoming pointless right now because they're now out. So this is like some weird shit going on there. You might as well go work second tier public accounting or any tier public accounting. Get your experience, get your CPA strike out on your own. And as I've said many times before, everyone's got to do their wandering in the desert. Everyone's got to start, get a job, get some experience, figure out what you're doing, pay off your student loan debts, whatever else. But you don't hang your hat there. And going forward, I'm sorry, if you got these modern day victimhood people coming out, you got modern day street shitters and whiners and complainers and victimhood Democrats, you got adult children known as victim whores. Victim mentality. No. Whatever entity and organization to go into, it's not sustainable. It's not feasible. And I've said it before. It doesn't matter if you want to be self-employed. You're going to almost have to be. I didn't want to be self-employed and it ended up being the best thing that ever happened to me. But yeah, this and I got a book link below. Randall Bentwick wrote, it's called The Pence Principle. This was right after the Brett Kavanaugh thing came about. And what's his name? Vice President Pence. There was the Pence Principle. He would not, what was it? He would not be alone with a woman that wasn't his wife unless his wife was there. And everyone, oh my God, that's so caveman. Oh my God, you're such a scaredy cat. Oh no, men aren't mentoring us women anymore. You are oppressing it. It's always oppressing and always a victim. And oh my God, you hate what? Like the epitomal definition of harpies. And then the Kavanaugh thing came out and like, oh, looks like we're right. And now this, and yeah, I understand why men have an open door policy. That door stays open. No, I won't travel alone with Becky. No, we won't share a hotel. I bet that hotel. She's in that hotel, and I will take that rental car. She will take that rental car. Oh no, men aren't mentoring us. That sounds like a you problem. Go look up my video under videos, not live under videos, called Sounds Like a Them Problem. You guys do not have the time to invest so much of your youth and mental energy studying and money getting trained to go into a career or profession to have it ruined. This is, and it's in that book, and you may want to pick up that book. It's not a long book. It's more like a how-to, like Me Too proof your life, your career. Yeah, you got a body cam, right? Cops got it, right? Why not you? The accusations are severe. You save your emails. You did that anyway, because why? Boomer corpo bosses are fucking lying scum. Every company I worked for, I should just save the emails. But the last one, I was really precise, really thorough on saving the emails. It happened at least times where I'd print off the email. Was that your email? Okay, now you're telling me the opposite. Did someone hack your computer? Okay. You can get away when the line goes across, but not up. But I thought this is what you wanted. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Just want, because this is your email, right? Okay. You save your emails. I'm not kidding. You get a body cam. No, you don't go for pizza party on Friday. No, you don't go to the brew pub. No, we're not going to happy hour. Going to go to Sergeant Preston's, bro. Oh, is that out of business too? Oh, that's just too bad. It's just too bad. Your livelihood is at stake. And that goes for you girls too. Because girls are never catty towards other girls, right? You girls are all just besties. Women never stab other women in the back, right? That never happens. But at the end of the day, guys, you do not. Corporate America will end. It's already shaking. I wouldn't say it's on its last legs. It's got a lot of value. It's got a lot of assets. It's got the power of financiers behind it that can. I mean, look at what happened to Ubisoft. They're like rolling over their debt and consolidating. I mean, they can do magic tricks. Inevitably, it ends. Inevitably, if you don't make a profit, it will end. But you can't have. Look at, just remove your politics for a moment and look at the absurd shit coming out of Disney. A Hispanic Snow White. A Star Wars show about a lesbian witch space drama about two sisters. The absurd education requirements, that's always been, I mean, it's just dumb. And then go look up DEI lawsuit. Go look up discrimination lawsuits. Go like forget and you're dealing with people who are in leadership, the executives, the management. Could you imagine the rank and file? It's not related to false accusations. But what this ultimately all boils down to is petty, childish behavior on the part of irresponsible adults. But I'll never forget the client I had where a young lady, she did her stint in the military. She had a degree, so she was an officer. She got out of the military and she was working at some trailer park ghetto trash. I want to say cell phone kiosk place, but I don't think it was a cell phone, but it was something like that. We're just the dregs of society work, if they work at all. And there's all, and she was like, oh, and she was saying this, and I was saying that, but I didn't say that, and and I was like, whoa, hold on here, hold on. You got a degree, I think it was in accounting, and you got 4 years in the military, and you're swimming with this filth. You're kind of an eagle surrounded by turkeys. What are you doing here? Why don't you go work somewhere, like literally anywhere else? Shit, go back to the military. And that's why I'm trying to get you guys, like, you got to avoid these shit piss low quality adult children in life. And if it happens to be girls with the preconditioning and the bias, you especially have to look out for them because they're going to be victims. There's always going to be, we've thoroughly trained now at least 2 generations of adult children, that if something goes wrong, it's not your fault. It's because of discrimination or bigotry or the way you were born. And perhaps in the 1980s, during Reaganite years, yes, you had booming American corporate economy. Things were great. Well, even the 90s were pretty good too. Not anymore. It's not possible. It's like, it's not that the Titanic is sinking, and this, you go there and everyone is mentally ill. It's like a boat of insane people. It's like we put an insane asylum on a boat so they can't, the boat just pilots itself. It's autopilot. People get food pellets. They're insane people. It's a mental institution. It's not, why would you go on that boat? And I think everyone should just leave it alone. Like, this is why I like listening to Economics Ethan. And you guys should too. If any of you thinking about going to like corporate finance or being a finance bro, listen to Economics Ethan. I don't care how nice the shirts are, what the shiny buildings look like. It sounds like fucking middle school. It sounds like middle school with a bunch of pricks. That's what Wall Street investment finance, high finance sounds like to me. Sounds like a bunch of just dick sucking, faux posing. Maybe there's a couple people that got their shit together because the finance and the math angle has to be there. But it just sounded like a nightmare. And he's been covering, wasn't there, Ethan, if you're tuning in, wasn't there an article recently where, of course, a complaint about a harassment of a particular type of nature, SEGS. The gal was dating the guy. Was he her supervisor? This is one of the big investment banks. The girl was dating the guy. The guy lent her $100,000. It fell apart. Of course she files a complaint. Of course. Fuck that shit. I went to middle school once. I don't want to go to it again. let alone with 45-year-olds. Get fucked, all of you. But bro, you miss out. That don't sell no more. No one gives a shit about going out for drinks, bro. The current Japanese generation of men realize, although there was a perhaps even a nostalgia for it, or there was some honor to it and all that, their fathers who busted their fucking asses off from the 60s to the 80s, sleeping at the office. Yeah, that life fucking sucked. The veneer is gone. The sheen is gone. You throw in professional victims who are going to file a lawsuit against you, and you're going to get fired no matter how right you are. Fuck it. No. The future is self-employment. The future is having an indispensable trade or skill so that in part you can be self-employed. But if push comes to like, if you got to work for someone else, like, be a fucking heart surgeon. Someone say, hey, Dr. Cappy pinched me in my ass. I say, no, I didn't. And I'm going to sue the piss out of her. And if you terminate me, I will sue you for wrongful employment. Oh, and by the way, you need me more than I need you, because you only got 3 heart surgeons in this hospital. So what's it going to be? It helps. And then minimalism. For the love of God, don't go into debt for stupid shit. For a house, yes, a sensible house, because you got to live somewhere. And if you could get your mortgage to be about the same as rent, that's a monthly expense you got to meet no matter what. But you don't need a fancy car. You don't need credit card debts. Live at home. Pay off your student loan debts. Please get your fucking finances together. Please, 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 for the love of God, set up a micro FU account. So you need to play defense against these corporate employers. You do. And you need to get self-employed or somehow very reliably employed, perhaps in the trades where there's very few women, there's very few HR. You know, like someone on the construction site. John lewdly looked at me, and your farmer would say, fuck you. I'm looking, out of all the guys here, you're the cutest one. I'm looking at your ass too. Now get back to work. That's where you need to work. Wholesale. Men and women in my audience should be abandoning corporate America. Unless you got an insanely valuable skill. And you should be getting as quickly as possible to self-employment. Because that I'm like, oh shit, yeah, it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. And while you're there, yeah, you're going to have to play defense. Again, the Pence principle, Randall Bentwick, look it up on Amazon, have it linked below. It'll go through that. The guy had some boys, he wanted to protect them. And I can't blame him. I wonder how his kids are doing, because they're like, that was a while ago. 5-6 years ago. I wonder how he's doing. Also linked below, I got Zero World Problems. The first chapter, the first chapter is introducing economics and money and purchasing power and standards of living. So you guys can skip that. The second part, where I start talking about new standards of living, the ones that you should be aiming for, the very first one is freedom. And it's predominantly freedom from your employer. And I go through all the different goals and objectives you got to get to achieve that. I talk about minimalism, the micro FU fund, and all that other stuff. But that's if there's one thing we should be teaching our kids, you know, the adult ones, the ones who don't falsely accuse our teachers of groping. If there's one thing, you have got to get independent of corporate employers. I don't even think they're going to be around. Like, they're legit. Your check might bounce. The day is coming where I see somewhere Disney's employment checks bounce. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but if they don't turn this shit around and start having real adults come in and they're like, this isn't middle school kids. Don't wait around for it, by the way. The first thing you need to establish is your freedom, and that's in Zero World Problems, and then it goes from there. And think about this. This would be more for my Gen X audience. Imagine if you sidestepped all the corporate bullshit in your life, how much further ahead you'd be financially, time-wise, and health-wise. Like, what if you could just work on your house or build your house instead? How far ahead would you be if you didn't? I did 80 hours at the office, but paid for 40, bro. Imagine you avoided all that shit. Yeah, that's in Zero World Problems. And for you young people, you can avoid it. But until I start seeing, oh my God, the kids sat and obeyed like it was the 1950s. Oh no, not the 1950s. Why? What was wrong with the 50s? It was racist. Okay, yeah, but can we just dispense of that and then just have parents and teachers and good students, well-behaved kids? No, apparently not. Apparently we can't recreate cultural things from the 50s minus the bigotry. So yeah, zero world problems. Anyway, that's there. The Pence principle, I also that, and then enjoy the decline. Let's go to the super chats if we got any. Low T ain't me. $5. Cappy is yelling at the birds again. Get some nuggies. You are not you when you are hungry. I know I'm angry because of liars, and future people are going to have their lives ruined for this because we spoil predominantly our daughters. And I got 5. Look, this is a great job. I'm in a happy mood. I went to the gym. I did videos before, went to the gym. Now I'm back. Gonna do video again, make a little bit of money. And then prune a tree. A little windy for that. Then I'm going to prune a tree, guys. The exciting life of Cappy the podcaster. What are you doing today? Geez, Bray, what are we doing tonight? We're going to prune a tree. It's not good. Is it? Yeah, it's nice to sleep in and have coffee, but at the end of the day, yeah, you got to clean toilets and prune trees. Postmodern mining, $5. Galileo had an anecdotal story when he looked at Jupiter's moons. Anecdotal does not indicate falsity. It is the beginning of data. Yes, you're correct. Because until somebody academically and intellectually, honestly, and accurately measures whatever phenomenon you're witnessing to test to see if what you're seeing with your eyes is like factually true, that is the only form of data. That's how the vast majority of humans got by on anecdotal data, right? Before you had the social sciences and Excel spreadsheets and databases, you got by like, hey, you know what? We noticed that children without fathers do pretty terribly. And then it ends up being a mouth we, the villagers, have to feed and becomes a burden on us. We're going to harshly punish and ostracize single motherhood. We're going to shotgun wedding men who get our girls pregnant. I wonder if it may have taken a while, but over a couple millennia, you start to figure out patterns, and people figured out shit anecdotally pretty well. It's what I'm fascinated with is how, again, I'm going to keep blaming socialism and Democrats because it is true, because it's just so pervasive in thought, is how you social scientists worship leftism first and then falsely go out into your respective fields to find data to support it. This is why your fields don't work. This is why you're all biased. And especially economists of all the social sciences that might have a modicum of veracity or used to it. Man, you guys do not have the balls to say, look at all this anecdotal evidence adding up. I bet you it goes over there. Because I don't know what, you're afraid of being called names? You're afraid you're going to get fired from the university? Well, maybe the university is worthless. Maybe you should go do some. Maybe you should start writing books and point it out. I'll say it all day long. You want to look, you guys are concerned, you economists are concerned about the economy? Start looking at women's waistlines and their hair color. Let's start there. Then go over there with all the other normal economists, all the other social scientists who are going to be irrelevant, and you're going to die unknown, and your work will just be thrown on the rest of the heap with now approaching a century worth of worthless work that had no bearing or repeatability and did nothing to improve people's standards of living. Go join them. They're right over there. You all say the same thing. You all make sure oh my God, our Lord and God, John Maynard Keynes, can you print off some more money? It's just there. You can jerk off to the multiplier effect. I don't care what you guys do. Fat chicks are bad for the economy. The hell? my headphones. I had a set of headphones. You know, you're a pretty important podcaster when you got 2 sets of headphones. That's some inside baseball for you kids, okay? When you're not get 2 sets of headphones, okay? That way you're really a pro. Then people are, oh my God, he's got 2 sets of headphones. He must be a really super duper economist. Are fat women still making the economy slow? Glorfindel, $2. Christine Blasey Ford, thank you, Glorfindel. How is she? Did she get her money? Did she get her payment from the Democrat Party? Did she get her book deal? All you dumb gals believe her. Like, oh my God. Oh, look, a criminal assaulting somebody. I wonder if Daniel Penny's going to come to the rescue. Probably not. Unkono, $2. Nintendo Switch 2 just announced. Why did I get Olsen? What's going on? What's going on? I swear to God. There, now we're back. It's science. Why can't never mind. Yeah, I heard that. I'll probably get it. I'm gonna wait because I'm okay with my regular Nintendo Switch. And I won't lie, I'm very demoralized with all the crap video games that have come out. I'm a boomer. I'm slow. I'd always buy used video games. And no one told me about the Switch that it's all online now. So I bought like Anthem, was it? And I didn't realize there was like no campaign. They're selling games without a campaign now. It's just a permission slip to go play online. I think that's where I lost it. When I had to troubleshoot my PlayStation 5, because this game won't play. And like, oh, you gotta. Then I go online and why am I troubleshooting this like a computer? So I'm gonna wait for all the bugs to be worked out. I'm gonna see if any good games come out with it. Otherwise, I will probably. I will probably be going PC Master Race because at least Steam has some good video games. I guess I'm never getting this PlayStation or an Xbox. I'll tell you that. I'm not getting. You guys, no, waste of time, waste of money. Glorfindel, $2. Caffey on lifeboat, Titanic sinking. Mind the waves. Would I say mind the waves? Reen Schwartz are $5. In corporate America, I minimalize all interactions with all women. It's required now. It's not over exaggerated in the slightest. No, I know. See, and they say, well, I just did a video a while ago about Steve Wynn, who owned Wynn Resorts and Casinos, and there was a complaint there, and he had to step down from CEO. Everyone's like, well, that's the minority of instances. It is not the minority of instances. Yes, it is the minority of instances for now. But it is not that it's the minority of instances. It's that even if false, the costs are tremendous. It ends your livelihood. It's a very good chance, even if false, it ends your livelihood. Heck, wasn't there a guy that just got exonerated because the gal said, oh, yeah, I made up the false accusation of him doing the raisoning? How long was that guy in jail for? It's the chance of your house getting hit by a tornado was low, but you should probably have a basement anyway, right? No, men's survivalist instincts, and ladies, your survivalist instincts too, are kicking in correctly. I mean, you are there to work. You are there to work. I have an inside baseball guy where his politics was wrong. It didn't have anything to do with sexuality. His politics were wrong. And there was a witch hunt for him. I'll talk about that someday. This is real. An old economist Cappy, who once again has a higher batting average than the John Maynard Keynes dick suckers over there. Hey, couldn't that be the name of the baseball game or the baseball team for like economists? Like there's an economic school. I don't have baseball teams, but if there was a baseball team name for American economists, it'd be what would it be? The University of Wisconsin's John Maynard Keynes dick suckers team, right? The John Maynard Keynes dick suckers, right? That'd be you guys, all the economists holding a bat, not knowing what to do. What is this thing? Oh my goodness. Why are you throwing a sphere at me? My God. you know, if we had more government money in a program, we could teach you to throw a sphere better. And then think about the multiplier effect. Oh, I know, these are bats. Aha, aha. I'll say, Thaddeus, these are bats. Yes, that's what Paul Krugman said we should go break some windows with. Yeah, shall we? Let's go produce some economic production. Ha ha. Mexi Man and cheese, $10. Everyone talks about the feminist propaganda from the 90s, but people rarely show examples. If you want a gold one, on standby, Google home improvement girlfriend sandwich. Home improvement girlfriend sandwich. Okay. I would have thought, I didn't pay much attention that I was working too much, but Girl Interrupted, was that one of those things? Sheryl Crow, the music. They're a bunch of pixie haircut. Are most of them all dead now because of overdose or whatever? I don't know. Belly, was she? Was it Jelly? I don't know. Long time ago. Chad Layton, $5. This is what I needed before I headed to work. Cheers. Hey, run silent, run deep. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Just the facts, ma'am. You are save your emails. Get your money, Chad, and then I hope you got a plan to get out. I hope you got a self-employment plan. Look, here's the other thing. Corporations, look, they don't need an excuse to lay people off. They're always looking for a reason to lay people off. They start having hard financial times. Oh, they're going to be laying people off. You can't function because an entire factory is shut down because somebody filed a false complaint, right? And then the head manager's gone. And then you start losing your real talent. And then isn't that what happened in the video game industry? Enough of the parasites got in, enough of the wokies got in that they just took over. Like, I still don't know why. I say, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, fine, bring your lawsuit. It's better than the company filing for bankruptcy. And you didn't stop them. You didn't stop them. And how many studios have closed? Electronic Arts, oh my God, they're down 80% on their stock price. These are not, see, and now I'm looking like traditionally just for simple investing, go look at the S&P 500, the index. Although the index, if those companies do drop out, new growing ones would come in. So maybe it is still long-term, the index investing, but no one knows because I'm better than you economists because I say, I don't know. It's impossible to know the future. Low T ain't me, $5. I was hoping to hear some moans coming out of those headphones. Ha, have a good rest. Now it was Vera Dark. I like listening to her. I've scaled way back on my consumption of nerd podcasts because they're all regurgitating the same thing. But there's her. She is a good journalist, an exceptional speaker, an exceptional. Like she presents very well, and I get my quick information from her. But kind of just the facts, Jack kind of gal. The Real Life Fake Wizard, love him. He's really good. And then Critical Drinker, and then Neurotic. I listed some others, but I got rid of all the other ones. Shock, OMG, death, bankruptcy. No. Oh, Valiant Renegade I also listened to. Very math-based. Drewski, $5. The place I was working is missing 2 levels of management, and we still make things work. Really shows who's needed. Yeah, you're not wrong. It will purge the ranks. You could almost use this if you got a lot of fat. You could purge the ranks. I just wonder. Usually, these type of people, no, they zero in on your most productive ones. They zero in on your load-bearing employees, the ones with power or pull or production, and then they really go. Like I was the one teacher that wouldn't just pass them on. Why? Because it's like you should have an education and you should have some ethics. Zeroed in on me. So I'm afraid you'd be cutting some muscle with that, but yeah, a lot. Don't get me started about how little white collar workers are needed. All right, that's it. The Pence principle link below. Just skip corporate middle school. Skip the 40-year-old middle school. Please don't hang your hat at corporate America. Get Zero World Problems as a book and follow. There's a list of goals and objectives at the end of the book. You could tear the pages out if you want to. And if you're interested in an accounting career, because it's one of the easiest and quickest, it's not okay. It's not easy. You're gonna have to put in work, obviously. But out of all of them out there, it's one of the quickest and easiest ways to get self-employed and remotely employed. If you're interested in that sort of thing, it's called The World's Greatest Accounting Career. It's available on Teachable. I'll link to that below. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.